This is my comprehensive guide to playing Omni-Man in Mortal Kombat 1. So far, can't really find that many resources on this character, which kind of sucks because you think he is popular, but I guess a lot of people just don't want to make resources on him. So that's why I'm making this video. I'm going to be going over his pros, his cons, where he stands as a character in the meta, his matchups, good cameos, his key moves. I'm going to be going over getting in with him, his pressure, and his optimal combos, and then Oki. So where does Omni-Man stand in strength against these other characters? Well, I created this tier list. It is a tier list, so don't take it to heart or anything like that. That's just based off of what I've played against, in my opinion, of what I've watched. But so far, I think top 5 easily decided is Johnny, Kenshi, Astra, Raiden, and Sindel. It's just in the current meta with what we have and what has been nerfed. It's just those are easily the strongest characters in the game. And then with that, you have top 10, which I think is very balanced right now. You have Liu Kang, Smoke, Raiko, Omni-Man, Baraka. You can see that I did put Omni-Man pretty high compared to these other characters. He just does well against what is considered top tier in this game, which is a big deal because you will be running into a million Johnnies. You do run into Kenshis, but you'll run into a crap ton of Raidens, Sindels, Smokes. They're all popular characters, and I think Omni-Man just does very well against them. So that's why I put him higher in the tier list. And then here is my tier list for his matchups. You can kind of see here that I did put a lot of characters with projectiles, if that makes sense, in +1, or characters that also have a hard time getting in. So I think he's good against Rain. Havoc's just bad. It's like anyone can be Havoc. Good against Liu Kang. Kind of shuts down Liu Kang with Viltrumite stance because you see him throw a projectile and you just teleport behind him or something like that. Devore is also just bad in this game. Raiko, he literally has the best projectile in the game, and the fact that Viltrumite stance just exists, kind of counters him. Also has, the shadow kick easily to deal with. Baraka has gaps, so you can EX Viltrumite or just EX shadow kick through it. Shao Kahn, also, the problem with him, he has range, which is cool and all. Lacking in mids, so you can just crouch a lot of stuff, and then there's a lot of just gaps that you can just also EX Viltrumite through. Bad wake up, so he kind of just has to take pressure, which sucks. The big one, honestly, I think Kenshi, he has a pretty good matchup against Kenshi. Viltrumite stance does go through his down back too, which is a pretty big deal, especially when you're in the beginning of the game and Kenshi needs to go into Sento. It just being able to just shut him down because he can't get in whatsoever helps. He also counters, a lot of Sento mix-up because there's a very, very tiny gap where he can do a lot of Viltrumite stuff or just stuff in general. And then I think he does lose to Johnny, which I think everyone does, honestly. That character is just the only thing that he has good going for Johnny is that a lot of his strings do send really far away. So if you get parried, he can kind of just continue the string, go away from the parry, and then he can't combo off of it. I guess the big notable one here is Kung Lao. The problem with Kung Lao is he has the best armor in the game, and the bad thing about Omni-Man is that a lot of his moves are interruptible. His 1-2 is interruptible, 2-2 is interruptible. You can just armor through his main pressure and then get a full combo. And if you don't have Cameo, you get 14%, which is still crazy. So this section I'll just brief over quickly, but his cameos. Lao Hat, that's all I have to say. Just run Lao if you can. Lao is just the best cameo in the game right now. I mean, for every single character, just picking Lao just works, except for maybe Xiao, where Xiao really does get a lot of stuff off Tremor, which is good. Goro is very good too. Both Lao and Goro get crazy combos off stuff like forward 4-1. You can get combos off of. You know, Goro, you get combos off of forward 3, make forward 3 safe on block. You also get combos at the end of 2-2-2. Really good. Just the only problem with Goro is that his charge is very slow. You don't get him. And then other best assist or cameo that he has is Striker. Striker just like does Striker things. You can do Superman into bombs, make bomb safe. If they try to punish Superman, you get a full combo. It's kind of crazy. Just ambush grenades really good. Striker also is the best cameo against Omni-Man because of the fact that you could just throw grenades during his 1-2 string and 2-2 string. Anything with a gap, you literally just throw grenades. Alright, and then key moves. We have his 1-2/1-2-1. 1-2 is +3 on block. It's a high mid string. It's like the key to starting your pressure with this character. Like I've been saying, the only real weakness to this is that it's a high mid and that you can armor through 1-2. So kind of can shut him down, and he has to play around the fact that you're going to armor through it. 2-2-2. 2-2-2 is very good. The second hit of 2 is an overhead, which Omni-Man does lacking, so it's nice having an overhead, but it kind of sucks that it's the second hit of a string, so you can kind of react to it. But a lot of people don't react to it, so you do get hit. You can set this up for Lao Hat mix-up, which I'll have a video somewhere showing you me hitting the Lao mix-up, because it's pretty easy. Just like see and then do. The entire string, like if you finish 2-2-2, it'll send them up and off the ground and far away. If you have Goro, you do get a combo off the finished 2-2-2, which is very nice. Back 1-1/back 1-2. It's the most damaging launcher he does have. It's a mid-high. The 1-1 is a mid-high. So the second hit is true duckable. You can duck it. Great whiff punish tool. The back 1-2 is mid-mid, so it catches people who try to crouch off the back 1-1. Viltrumite stance. I'm not going to cover Viltrumite stance right now because I'll be covering it when I talk about getting in, because that is like the main important tool with him when he gets in, because that's kind of all he has with it. Forward 3, -11 on block low, so it is launch punishable, but it can be comboed off the Viltrumite grab and Goro, and can be made safe, I'm pretty sure, with Lao Hat. So yeah, that Lao Hat. Forward 4-1, slowest move he has, but it has the most range. It's also a mid-mid with no gap, so you're able to do forward 4-1 into Low Hat, make it +2 on block, and then it's also a combo if it does hit on regular hit. So that's really good. Back forward 2, literally just where's Johnny Shadow Kick. I'm pretty sure it hits mid, so maybe it is better, but it's just slower. And then his clap hits kind of semi-mid screen, and it is unsafe, but the EX version hits like basically everywhere and can be good for shutting down people getting in. Alright, so next part is getting in with the character. I think that this is the most lacking thing he has, but with cameos it does make it pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie. Lao Hat and his Superman are good combos together because it kind of allows you to get in for free. So what you do is you'll toss the Low Hat down, go in the air, Superman. If they block it, they get hit by Lao Hat on block, and then you're plus or safe. And then if they try to jump the Lao Hat, you just hit them with Superman. Alright, so when it comes to either than getting in with that, you can either just block dash in, which is kind of, he's like not the fastest character in the game, but he's still pretty fast, so you can pretty easy to get in with that. But other than that, it's Viltrumite stance is what you need to use. The Viltrumite stance 3 is a tracking overhead that'll send you right to the opponent. It's safe on block. I think it's like -1 or 2, but can be up blocked. So on reaction too. So you get a full punish, or they get a full punish on you if they see it coming. But Like I said, Lao Hat or Goro, make it safe, make it plus, cool. Viltrumite and then forward and block teleports you right behind them. A lot of the times people will try to either see your Viltrumite 3 or that. It's hard to react to it. It is reactable, but it's hard. So a lot of the times you can catch your opponents lacking by doing the Viltrumite 3, and then as soon as they start trying to want to up block it, you do Viltrumite forward block, go behind them, do forward 3. And forward 3 will is the launching low. So then you also have Viltrumite 2. It's a good whiff punish tool, but it's kind of it with that because you can, it's just very long, very, very slow move. So you'll go in the air, use Viltrumite stance, and then they whiff, pull out Viltrumite 2, or see a projectile, pull out Viltrumite 2, it'll go behind them. Alright, and then next thing we're going to talk about is pressure. So what are you going to do after you get in? His pressure's kind of godlike, I'm not going to lie. It's like Lao, but on crack. Key moves, 1-2-1, 2-2-2, forward 4-1, forward 3, and back 1. 1-2, like I mentioned before, +3 on block. So there you go. Start your pressure. +3. Bam. Do whatever you want. That's fast, not slow. It's also a combo starter. So you'll do 1-2, and then if you see it land, you can hit confirm into Viltrumite stance 1, grab them, do a full combo. Or there's a route with Lao that gives you like 42% with 1 bar. It's pretty good too. Higher than 1-2, if they start pressing after your 1-2, you do the finish it 1-2-1. Stops them from pressing, except for Dick Jab, I think. 2-2-2, pretty sure it's either 1-2-1 or 2-2-2. I'm pretty sure it's 2-2-2. That's 0 on block. Second hit is an overhead that catches a lot of people. It's basically the reason why it's such a good move. When you finish, it's 0 and overhead. It's one of the only overhead. He only has that, and Viltrumite 3 has overheads. Forward 4-1 can be a +2 mid uninterruptible with Lao Hat backing it up. But either than that, it's an okay move. I don't know why people hype it up so much. It's got range. It's kind of slow. Reminds me of Havoc back 2-2, but yeah, Havoc back 2-2, basically what it is. It's just a better Scorpion forward 3-2 as well. Forward 3, another key move. It's a low launcher that'll trade for breaking armor. So if you know that they're going to wake up an armor, forward 3 will break it and trade both of you guys to hit on the ground a lot of the times. Great for when you notice your opponent doesn't crouch block. So like a lot of the times you'll fight someone if they're like waiting for 2-2-2 or whatever. They'll just stand block. As soon as you start seeing that, pull out the forward 3s, get combos, free damage. It is unsafe though, -11, get comboed for it. Back 1-1, really, really good whiff punish tool. You backdash it into back 1, because backdash into back 4 sometimes will give you Superman, which kind of sucks. But back 1, great whiff punish tool. With really good pairing with 1-2. 1-2 puts you into like a little guessing game with your opponent. They either hold block and you get the +3, and then you can kind of just do whatever you want, or they do a fast move like down 1 to take their turn back and stop the pressure. If you notice down 1, like forming a pattern on them, like they do down 1 a lot, you can backdash, do back 1-2, or sorry, you backdash, do back 1-1, get a full launcher. I'll put a clip on right now of me landing it because you landed a lot. It's kind of a key move, key whiff punish tool. But if they do a fast move, or not like super fast, but if they do a move that has a lot of range, it does beat the back 1. So if I do 1-2, backdash, back 1, it will get beat by, for instance, like Shao 2, Johnny back 3, any move with a lot of range, or if they want to do like Johnny dash up 4, 3-2, that works. 2-2-2 can be a great pair with Lao Hat. You can set Lao Hat and then do the string, and then time if the Lao Hat hits them first, or the 2 overhead hits them first. Both options will give you a combo if you cancel into Viltrumite stance 1, but very high risk, high reward. If they block it, you get comboed. Alright, and then optimal combos. I'm not going to show too many optimal combos. You could just go on Twitter for that one. I'm not Twitter. Main combo structure though, I'm going to show you a couple examples of them. And a lot of the times you're just going to use that. There's an easy route and then there's a hard route that gives you a fuck ton of damage, which can be considered a bug. But I think it's more or less exploiting the game in a good way. I'm going to show the combos here. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to cover in this video is Oki, specifically with Lao. You kind of don't get that much Oki without Lao, so having Lao gives you crazy Oki, but that's just Lao hat, but I'm just going to show you how to actually use it. You can end your turn early to get the Oki. The trade-off, though, is you get less damage, and you have to use Lao Cameo fully. Like in the combos that I was just showing you, jumping 2-1-2 and then dash, if you delay it, like after you do the dash, delay a button press, do jab, land on the ground, do forward 4 into Lao hat, and it puts you into like this perfect range where Lao hat is right next to their body, but it doesn't hit them for some reason, and you're also right next to them, and then it kind of puts you into like a little guessing game, kind of like 1-2. What you can do is you could do whatever you want. Like you could do like forward 3, forward 4-1, but my favorite thing, and it catches so many people, it's because Lil Boss did, is 2-2-2. Put down the Lao hat, do 2-2-2, and then you can either do, if the second hit, the overhead will come out first or the low will come out first, so they have to guess between that, and then you get that combo. But like I said earlier, very high risk, high reward. That's it for the video. Just short little brief introduction, not really brief, but introduction on how to play Omni-Man, what to look for, how to get in, his pressure, good cameos where he stands on the tier list, and then his Oki. I don't really care for subs or anything. I'm just making this because there's like no resources. Peace.